Hey, my Liptons. So, oh God, I think I might take a politics break in the next 30 days. I don't know. It depends. If anything, everything is. It's been a lot of craziness because with Trump, like he is an agent of chaos. But like, I saw this. I saw this situation happen between Trump, Zelensky, the president of Ukraine, and JD Vance, who is the vice president of Donald Trump. And listen, I have an unpopular opinion. So let me just say this, right? I'm gonna keep saying it. I'm gonna keep saying it. I'm gonna keep saying it. I'm neither Democrat or Republican. Like I am a registered independent. I feel like both parties are corrupt. I'm gonna keep saying it so that y'all know. Like I don't stand none of these parties. Like when Democrats were in office, I dragged Joe Biden for filth. Trump now, the Republicans are in office. If they do something stupid, I'm gonna drag them. So, but here's my thing, though. I will say about this. So I watched a couple. I basically watched that full clip of It's, if we're gonna be honest with you, it's basically Trump and JD Vance like tag teaming Zelensky, but Zelensky was also very like like he was like getting into like his debate mode, like being a little bit aggressive. But Trump and JD were obviously loud because these are loud people. Okay, you talking to loud people. Now let me just say this: if y'all have been on my channel from the inception of my channel, literally the first video I ever did on my channel was about politics, and I will honestly say like as far as like my ideology, I'm mostly anti-war. Okay, I am anti-war. I don't support war. I think that like I believe in the saying that the pen is mightier than the sword. Like I believe in diplomacy first. I'm a diplomacy first girl. While yes, I am anti-war, I'm also not a pacifist because I do feel like yes, there are times where you do have to, but you do have to defend yourself for certain. But it has to make sense. It has to have common sense. And to be honest with y'all, a lot of the things that the United States has got involved in, especially post World War II, it has been a bunch of nonsense. Like literally, someone said that we haven't won a war since World War II. The United States has been down bad. Okay, we have been down bad. We have been entering these people's countries, stealing their oil, stealing their everything. So it's just like we say we go to these countries for democracy, but we go in there for to just strip people of these other countries of their earth minerals and oil and so forth. And I'm gonna discuss that when it comes to this whole Zelensky situation. So listen, it is no secret that Zelensky, the president of Ukraine, um, he actually campaigned for KamalaHarris. And I know that's not really like common knowledge, but I think there was a news report back in October 2024. It came out like in some independent media breaking news that President Zelensky was campaigning with the Governor Josh Shapiro from Pennsylvania to campaign for Kamala Harris. So from the beginning, if you really think about it, Zelensky wanted the Democrats to win this election because he felt like the Democrats were always going to be kinder to him. Of course, like the Democrats supported the Ukraine, sent all of our taxpayer dollars to Ukraine and obviously other countries as well. But Democrats were in full force support. Trump, on the other hand, if you looked at his campaign trail, he has said from the beginning that like he was always against it. Like he said that like, oh, if he was in office, this war would have never happened. Like Russia would have never invaded Ukraine. Blah 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 blah. Whatever. We never know that. That's just him, just talking his talk. So let's just fast forward to this situation. So from the looks of it, it seems like Zelensky did start off like I guess you could say like a heated debate. First of all, I don't even know why. I don't know who agreed to it. I don't know if it was Trump that agreed. I don't know. Maybe yes, of course you have to get Trump's approval to have this in front of the cameras. And I know Trump said in this heated debate, he was like, you know what, I'm happy that it happened on TV. But personally, for me being the, looking at professionalism and all those kinds of things, I just feel like y'all should have had this behind closed doors. Like y'all should have had this conversation behind closed doors. Like it's not a good look. That's what I'm definitely gonna put that out there. Yes, I get it. Like when especially when it comes to the situation, I am on Trump's side of it, and I'm gonna talk about it. But like over the presentation, and especially for the fact that right now Democrats need to win. Democrats don't have no messaging. They don't have a leader. So like it's gonna look like, first of all, it looks bad. It looks bad across the board on Zelensky's end, on Trump's end, on JD Vance's end, because it's unprofessional. It's unprofessional. So it's just like they should have had this conversation behind closed doors, and hashed out behind closed doors and talk about the peace talks. That's number one. So Trump has always went into this situation that saying that like he wanted a ceasefire. He basically told Zelensky like, listen, you're not winning this war between against Russia. Like it's been like 3 years, 4 years. Like we sent you all this money, we sent you all this coin, all these weapons, and you ain't win shit. You know what I mean? So Zelensky, and I'm going to be paraphrasing throughout this whole thing. Zelensky, well, first of all, I'm also going to be honest too. I don't think that JD Vance should have been in this. I mean, yes, because he's the vice president, I get it. But as far as like publicly, it should have just been the two presidents, Zelensky and Trump. I didn't think JD Vance was necessary to be here in front of everybody like this. Like it came off very, it did come off very bullying. It came off very like they were, belittling Zelensky. Now, when it comes to Zelensky's part, this is where like I'm against Zelensky. Zelensky was like, listen, like, I tried with Russia, we tried to do this prisoner swap. I released some Russian prisoners, but Putin didn't want to, and he kept doing this to me, and blah 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 blah. So it's like, why would you, basically saying that, why would you want me to have peace talks with Russia, and they're still sidelining me, they're still backstabbing me, blah 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 blah. So then JD Vance was like, listen, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Like, at the end of the day, we need to come to a resolution because this is not making any sense at all. We're sending you all these weapons, we're sending you all this coin, and it's like nothing has come of it. We need to come to the table. We need to have these peace talks. We need to get to the bottom of the line, the bottom line. Zelensky then makes a comment. This is where Trump got heated. Zelensky then makes a comment, and he's like, oh, you do this now, and you might not feel it now, but in the future, like basically insinuating that Russia can basically do the same to the United States. Like Russia can, antagonize the United States into war. So then this is what Trump was like, oh, no, you're not going to tell us what we're going to feel. You're not going to tell us what's going to happen. You don't know that. You don't. So Trump basically, they call their, this is where JD Vance and Trump, their loudness, the American loudness of it all, was like, oh, you're disrespectful. You came into our country trying to tell us what to do. You ain't, like, just going off. So, and oh my God. Let me just get to my thoughts of this whole situation. How does the saying go? A broken clock is right twice a day. I'm on Trump's side on this. Y'all know on this channel, I've been dragging Joe Biden. I was like, yo, like, I get it. The first time, the second time, third time, yes, send weapons. But girl, it's like we're in inflation times. The economy is bad. We're in a recession, and you're still out here sending our taxpayer dollars to Ukraine and Israel and all these different things. But yet, we're out here suffering. Like we ain't got no money. Rent is high. Like, what are you doing? Our student loans, like, what's going on? So it's like, I am, and this might be an unpopular opinion, but like, I am of the opinion that they do need to come at peace talks, like whatever means necessary, because it's like, we can't keep sending taxpayer dollars to foreign countries while American constituents are out here, like, inflation is high. Eggs, literally, I went to the supermarket the other day, like, eggs was like $15 for a dozen. And that was the medium size. So it's just like, it's not a good look. And I think Trump knows it's not a good look for them to continuously send taxpayer dollars to Ukraine. And on top of that, it's like, it's a losing war. Ukraine is not winning this war. They're not winning the war. This is where I also got to play devil's advocate. And it's like, I get it. Like, it's a situation where it's like, you don't want a foreign country invading your country and blah 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 blah. And of course, I don't know the nitty gritty and the details of the history of like Russia and Ukraine and like going back to the Soviet Union, all that stuff. That's wait that's their history, not mine. So so I get it, but at the end of the day, it's like I also feel like we need to also be like America first kind of people, and it's like we need to put our interests first. But this is where I also gotta clock Trump, and this is where Trump is a freaking hypocrite and a clown, sir. Did like this energy that he has for Zelensky, and this is where I'm like he knows who to go at. That's the thing with Trump. This is where Trump is a bully and a clown. He knows who to poke at. He knows who to go at. So you mean to tell me you have all this smoke, all this energy for Zelensky? You telling Zelensky peace talks and we're gonna have a ceasefire. We're gonna be doing, but yet didn't Benjamin Netanyahu come there like what last month, 2 months ago? And you were all gooey, smiley with this man. Y'all are still out here sending money. Y'all are still out here sending weapons to Israel. You out here, retweeting, I don't know, like retweeting AI videos of like, the Gaza Riviera. Like you trying to put American taxpayer dollars into Gaza and to, reconstruct it and make it into like where something that you can profit off of. And, you and Elon Musk and Benjamin Netanyahu just chilling and girls with beards are dancing. It's like, this is where it's like, I can't take Trump seriously at certain times because it's like, he's a hypocrite. It's like you want to cease fire for one, but you don't want to cease fire with another. And it's like you're also threatening to also disband the ceasefire if, whatever, Hamas don't release. And it's like Hamas has, I literally saw it the other day, Hamas is agreeing to release all the hostages. But mind you, now that the ceasefire is in place, I saw in the news like the other day that, Benjamin Netanyahu is still sending his soldiers to still kill Palestinians. So it's like, you can't be anti-war in one side and be pro-war in the other side. Which one is it? Are you truly anti-war? Or are you for imperialism and all these different things? But this is also the part where it's like in a way, even though it's like for the people of Ukraine, maybe, they feel differently. But when it comes to Zelensky specifically, I don't feel bad for him in this situation. And I'll tell you why. Mind you, Zelensky is the same one crying, bitching, moaning for the past 3-4 years, saying that Russia invaded Ukraine, Russia, we are at war, Russia invaded Ukraine, blah, 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 blah. But Zelensky is the same one that is also supporting Benjamin Netanyahu in Israel. So it's like, wait a minute. You want the world to feel bad for you because you're the victim and like this big, superpower country, Russia invaded you. And we should all feel bad for you and support you and everything. But yet you're also supporting another oppressor in the Middle East, Benjamin Netanyahu, who's also taking Palestinian land and killing and murdering and basically doing an ethnic cleansing, which, by the way, they've been going through for almost 80 years. But whatever, we're talking about Benjamin Netanyahu and his regime. So it's like you don't. Like, okay, so you don't support oppression when it comes to the Ukrainian people, but you support oppression when it comes to the Palestinian people. So this is what you see. Where my Liptons, y'all see what I be saying. This is where like this is where I have no dog in this fight when it comes to this battle between Trump and Zelensky, because they're both clowns to me. And it's like, I'm not saying what's happening to the Ukrainian people is right, because I don't think it's right. I think it's wrong. And it's just like, but at the same time, it's like Zelensky is like, if you're truly against oppression and against those things, be against that, because the clown always comes back to bite. And Trump claims that he's anti-war and diplomacy, ceasefire, but it's like, sir, do you truly support a ceasefire? Do you truly support anti-war when you're out here supporting Israel and supporting the genocidal regime of Benjamin Netanyahu? So I don't know. I just feel like this situation is a mess. It's a mess across the board. I do think that, like, when it comes to this situation, yes, overall, I do think Trump is right when it comes to Zelensky and this whole, trying to bring him to the table. But obviously he's not doing it for like, obviously for the kindness of his heart. Because, I even saw that Trump wants to take his rare earth minerals and, whatever. Like, all I'm saying is that I'm tired of American taxpayer dollar going to foreign countries to bomb the hell out of people. I'm tired of it. I'm over it. It's exhausting. It's annoying and it's inhumane. It's immoral. And whatever gets peace done, diplomacy done, the pen is mightier than the sword done, I'm all here for it. Okay? So, anyway, y'all, I don't know. This might be, this is very unpopular opinion, I think, because I think I'm going to have both sides, might try to drag me. But y'all guys tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. How do you guys feel about this? Did you guys see this press conference? How do you guys feel? And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.